Thank you. Yes,
Smooth as
please.
ice, Al.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you for a wonderful show. I start to remove various faces from my screen. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for a great show, Dr. Squee. Fun
Yeah, I
as
think that
always.
was technically a show.
Dr. Squee, I think fifth show in 3 superpods, if I remember
Yeah,
rightly, plus getting on a couple of others. He's always around, so we thank you for that. Yeah, we're going
yeah.
to play another sketch.
If you can make the other one just go for 1 hour longer, so I can fit in due south by southeast next time again. But goodbye. Have a great
All
gig,
right,
everyone.
see you. Thank you very much. Okay, so yes, it is time for another sketch from Release the Clowns Sketch Comedy Podcast.
Are we live? It seems we are live. It says live.
Are we?
I think we are.
With 9 people? It's fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Just trying to get my notes together. Right, hi. Listen, we best say goodbye. I'm going to say bye-bye.
That means each other as opposed to you. They won't. Let's just be clear. There we go. Hello there. We are Shelley.
Hello. Oh, I'm so excited. Where are my ears? I need to put my ears
Everyone
in.
can see and hear you. This is good. This is really exciting. How are we all doing? Well, we can't see you, so it's fine. We'll just continue as is. We are Shelley and Shirley.
We are. We're Shelley and Shirley, and we do a podcast called MotherFunk. And it drops weekly. And basically, it's us talking shite for about 25 minutes each week. It's
meant to be a parenting podcast, and it sort of is, except we do end up just talking about
our families and rarely talking about our sons. Actually, we probably should do a disclaimer up top that this is not a child-friendly show.
No, okay. We are not shy girls. This is a sort of you're not a shy show. And if
you sat there with your niblets, A, why aren't they in bed? And B, remove them from the screen unless they don't mind the C word, the F word.
No, you can't say. We don't do the C or the F. We don't. We just have quite a few strong anecdotes.
I might surprise you, Shells. I might surprise you.
Although, Shirley, to be fair, it is only 1 minute past 7, so children don't normally go to bed at the bed of 6, apart from your son, who goes to bed at sort of 6:45.
6:45, but he is up every morning at 5 a.m. So
there you go. So, guys, we are Shelley and Shirley. We do stand up, we do sketch, and we do cocaine.
Not anymore, Shirley. There's the C word right there. No, we're mothers now. We're on the baking powder.
We are on the baking powder, indeed. We are. And we should probably introduce ourselves properly. In fact, I'll introduce Shirley, the shorter Shirley. So this is Joanna, the blonde. Not so much anymore. She's a half Irish, half Palestinian party starter turned knackered earth mother. She has a toddler and a wife who she likes to call her willing partner. I know, Shirley's very 2021. She's very progressive. And she will ingest anything that will promise her eternal youth. So there we are. That's Shirley there. There we go.
That's me in a nutshell. And thank you, Shirley. Lovely, lovely dating profile there. This is the longer Shirley. Yes, she comes in at a whopping 6'2". She does, actually, her mother is from China via the Amazon, and her father's from Croydon.
Yeah, there we are.
Not so sexy. She has a unwilling partner in the form of a husband and a man. How very 1950s.
Sorry, guys.
He enjoys boozing, alcohol, and lots of lovely drinks.
Yeah, no, I am a booze hound. And we should say a little bit about this, this evening. So what is it about, Shirley? Go on, you know the stuff.
Well, I don't know if anyone's been, involved in the whole marathon. It's been going on since 8 a.m. This is SuperPod 3. It's raising money for Comic Relief. We're doing the 7 o'clock slot, and Comic Relief, you'll all know, is basically Red Nose Day, isn't it? I wish I had my red nose, which is next Friday, I discovered today. Next Friday on BBC at 7. And this is basically raising money for the same cause. Lots of brilliant charities trying to bring equality and end violence around the world. So listen, if you have a fiver, if you have 2 squids, anything, just jump onto superpod.co.uk and donate. And that would be brilliant.
There we are. Talking of red noses, I actually have terrible rosacea. I get it sort of when I drink a lot of alcohol, and also the winter season. And at the moment, it's really flared up. My son, who's actually 2.5, has really just kept mentioning the fact that I've got a really red face. You can't see it because I've really pudred up before I came on here. And if you can see it, I'm sorry, I've really tried hard. But no, I've really got an angry T-zone. It's so sad because it's just one of those things I live with. So I have my very own red nose. I will not need to go and buy my own, but I will contribute anyway.
Whatever fondant you're using is working well, because you were really complaining about it earlier.
Well, it's just restoration stuff. It's
more like the Ghost of Christmas Past. I mean, it's quite.
Yeah, I know. Queen Elizabeth I. Listen, I tried. Yeah, exactly. So 13th of May, March rather. We're really whacking through these days, aren't we? Really whacking through these months. And it's Mother's Day tomorrow. Shirley, do you have any plans?
Well, you see, my situation is a bit tricky because we've got 2 mothers in the house.
Sure.
Mum's up in this house. So my son, all 2.5 years of him, he's been really busy.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Trying to get things ready. And we don't do things by heart around here, as you well know.
No.
So I've been witnessing my willing partner, who I know is in the kitchen watching us. So she's one of 9. She's
Good
just
for her.
walking my son up and down the stairs. There's been parcels going up and down. There's been things being snuck in, deliveries, things being snuck into the freezer. And then he just comes every now and then and goes, just basically outs her. And she just drags him and shushes him. I did all my sorting out yesterday, took me all of 5 mins. But there will be feasts laid on. There will be, walks. There will be games, parlour games. It will be eventful. And I just think about that poor boy all through his life now. Every Mother's Day, he's just going to go, oh no, my mum's. And he's just going, I don't know what to get my mum's. It's really stressful because usually you have to top the last year, don't you?
Oh, what a killer. It's exhausting.
Quite high. Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
Ladies and gents, those who identify as other, these 2 are brilliant, but they are absolutely exhausting. They are so extra in every single way. I mean, it's just too much. But no, I will be lucky if I get some sort of garage flowers and a takeout maybe. There's been absolutely no organisation or any pre-planning.
You had to remind your non-willing then it was Mother's Day. His eyes rolled northbound.
Yeah, no, he's not interested. He wants to kick back and watch the football. So there we are. That's different.
There's all these lads who are fortunate enough to have their mothers around. They've got to think about their old Mars, don't they? And you. And it's just like, and the son's not old enough to sort his shit out. Let's be honest. So he's got 2 mums.
2 mums. I know.
It's a lot for a straight man, Shirley.
A lot. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely. Now, do you have, thinking about our own mothers, do you have the sort of, what's the worst bit of advice your mother's ever given you?
My mother, the worst bit of advice. Gosh, there's quite a bit. Now, my mother's sadly no. So I do remember I used to get a lot of advice when I was a teenager, and it was always around the same subject, which was, if you dare to make jungle bungle, which is basically sex, before you are married. Yes, basically, if you dare to make jungle bungle before you're married, I'm trying to remember. She sat me down. I actually had to turn my head away so that I wasn't making eyes with her. Yes. Oh, yeah. Got it. I've got it. I remember it. It's terrible advice. If you dare to make jungle bungle before you are married, on your wedding night, your husband will know and he will kick you from the bed. The next day, he will tell his mother. His mother will tell Auntie Nuha. Auntie Nuha will tell the whole village, and it will be shame on you and shame on your family. And it actually just scared several shades of shit out of me. I think I was about 17 or 18. And I had started dating my boyfriend at the time, so she knew now was the time to sit me down and have this chat. And I didn't sleep with him for about 2 years. I couldn't sleep with him because she said that, this terrible thing would befall me. I thought it would be shame on my family and everyone would know. So I think that's a pretty terrible bit of advice, given that I still am not married. So that would be quite sad if I were never to have had jungle bungle. How about you, Shells? I know your mother very well, and I know you've probably got terrible advice as long as your arm.
Yeah, my mother's a very short, high-pitched Asian woman. And she just said to me, I just remember she has so many pieces of advice, but one piece of advice I remember very clearly. I was about to do an audition for drama school. I went to drama school over a decade ago, and she dropped me off at the train station. I was very nervous. It was my first audition at RADA, and she just looked at me and said, "Do you know your lines?" I said, "Yeah." "Have you got everything prepared?" It's in my monologue, my contemporary and my Shakespeare. And I said, "Yeah, I do." "Okay, make sure you go in there, you look at your feet, you say the lines as quickly as possible, and then you run out. I thought, this is the worst piece of advice I've been handed by anyone in my entire life. Anyway, regardless to say, I did not actually take that piece of advice. And I did get through to the second round, guys. I did. They weren't so happy with me on the third when I opened my mouth and I had to sing. But I'm just saying, my mother has always given me terrible advice. But then she's also given me quite good advice. Has your mother given you any good advice, Shelley?
I remember one thing she did say that has stuck with me, actually. She said, be very careful about people who talk about other people to you. So talk about people behind their back to you. Because if they're saying it to you, talking about other people to you, then they're talking about you to other people. That made absolutely no sense, but you know what I mean? So
is it a bit like he said, she said? Don't play he said, she said.
Yeah, people who just go, oh my gosh, have you heard? And basically go into it, and then you get involved and everything. Says, don't start enjoying that situation, because if they're talking about someone else like that, then they're going to be talking about you. So, and then say, don't basically bitch. It's not nice. Don't say to
Very
someone.
good piece of advice.
Yes,
Very good piece of advice.
don't say to someone behind their back what you wouldn't say to their face, basically.
No, that's good. And I'd say, actually, knowing you and knowing me, that you do stick to that piece of advice, Shirley. I don't like to say things.
Occasionally, when I fall off the horse, as they say, I feel really guilty, and it's something I can't make peace with for the whole rest of the day. And I go, I was such a bitch just then, and it doesn't suit me, and I don't like it.
No, that's fair enough. My mother once said, no, it's very good. My mother once said to me, you know, when I was courting my now husband, she said, you know what you got to do when you go on holiday or long weekends or whatever you do? And I said, what? And she gave me a pair of knickers, and they were sort of a size 8, and they were made out of lace. She said, you've got to always place them on top of your luggage so that he thinks they belong to you. I said, okay. No, but I know just put them on the pillow. But basically, you have to have sort of 3 or 4 pairs of very sexy, very small lace knickers. They're sort of French knickers as opposed to a thong. And you just lay them down, and he'll look at them and think, gosh, my partner's got a really, really sexy pair of knickers. You know, and then he doesn't need to know the truth. And then the real knickers, i.e. the sort of sunny side up, you just hide.
Your mother, but surely he'll discover what his wife is.
It doesn't matter what the reality of the situation is, Shirley. This is just the first throws when you're trying to lure him into your den.
And once you get him in, then you just get out the old apple catchers.
Apple catchers, absolutely. You can rest easy. Exactly. Exactly. So there we are. Shirley and I, surprisingly or not, actually have known each other for a very long time, and we have quite a lot of similarities, don't we, Shirley? We do. We share quite a lot of similarities.
We do. I don't know if Alan is ready with the slides there, but the first similarity is that we both went to the same school.
We did. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, Alan, that's brilliant.
Now, I think you can all agree with me in the fact that Shirley there looks like Axl Rose. Would you not agree? She looks like Axl Rose. Okay. It's an unfortunate decade for us, wasn't it, Shirley? If you look at that photo.
Do let the dogs out. Apologies to any of the ladies out there, but it was not a good time, the 90s, for us. But look, I hope you mean Axl Rose then and not now, because
Axl Rose then.
He looks like an old condom now.
No. Axl Rose then, and he was quite good looking. Absolutely.
You know, be careful, glass houses and all. You look like a dehydrated horse.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you, Shirley. I really, really do.
I would say something more harsh, but I don't think I'd get away with it.
Not now. So that's one similarity, guys. We also share the same birthday. Alan, please, there we are. That's Shirley and I, 3 years apart. One of us is younger. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Although I have to say one of us probably looks younger, Shirley. And it's hilarious. We're both in different seasons for some reason.
Yeah, I know. I've been rambling, obviously. And can we just have a look at that entertainment system at the bottom left there? This is how far back we go.
That's my mother, and she still has the same entertainment system to this day. It's really rather sad, but she doesn't care. She doesn't mind. There we go.
That's lovely there. And most interestingly, guys, we both gave baby boys 13 days apart.
There we are. Guess which one belongs to who? Take a stab in the dark. There we are. They're a little bit older than that now.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Alan.
Thank you, Alan. And you know what? The thing is, I have to say, because we are a double act, and we've known each other for a long time, people do always ask us, and they say, listen, did you choose to ruin your fannies at the same time? And it's a very good question, isn't it, Shirley? It's a really good question.
Oh, we love that question. We do love that question.
And the answer is...
Indeed, of course.
Of course we did. We had to, really. We had to plan it. We just, you know, what with Edinburgh and everything, you just have to plan it.
We did. And, you know, let's not be silly, mates. I'm with a woman. So there has to be a degree of planning. You know, I can't, not like Shirley here. I can't just lay down, get on my back, you know, and hope for the best. Can't just bend over and bite, can I, Shirley?
All right, Chelsea. It wasn't quite like that, but sure.
No, there's a procedure. There's a very unsexy one I discovered. You know, first I've got to find me, you know, got to get me the stash, you know, don't worry, that's another show. We won't go into the details of that, but I need to find me, you know, some young, virile, grade A swimmers, don't I? And then I need to get those swimmers inside me. Not all that easy, I discovered. So I actually went to Homerton University Hospital for the sexy procedure. And I have to say, I was really thrilled with the NHS and the service I got. And they went out of their way to put me at ease. I remember one of the doctors asking me to slip into something more comfortable, handed me an NHS gown, you know, the polyester ones, accessible from arse end only. And then for ambience, check this, they projected a lava lamp onto the ceiling. No lie, a lava lamp. I got the giggles, didn't I?
Well, Shirley actually lost her virginity to a lava lamp back in the 90s. So
well,
it must
I
be
use it to a lava lamp, Shirley.
not to a lava lamp.
I actually was with a chap at the time.
And
I know it's quite surprising to have lost it to either a lava lamp or a man. But anyway, those were the facts.
We lived together, so I know the fact. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she was next door. But I did, I had come full circle. This was amazing. And then to really get me in the mood, right, they played music. I can't tell you, I was just giggling with my willing partner. And and I never forget that piece of music because it's the theme tune to British Airways. Shelley, you know the one. I mean, if that's not going to make you fertilize or whatever, I still don't know how the process works. I've been talked through it. I've seen the diagrams. I do not understand how people get pregnant. Anyway, so all that was going on. And then Nurse Jackie walks in, right? Nurse Jackie, who I later called the Sperminator. She comes in and she's this bitch Aussie from Tassie. And she lays me down, snaps on a latex glove, just the one. Then she dives into my vagina. And while she's in there, my mind just starts racing, okay? I'm thinking about all sorts of things. I start thinking, oh my gosh, what if I have twins? Yeah, I'm a twin. I could have twins. It's very possible. I'm of a certain age, I couldn't think of anything else, to be honest, apart from what if I don't get pregnant at all? Now, I can't do this every month. I mean, Nurse Jackie would spend more time down there than a willing partner. And then I start thinking about Shirley. And before I can finish my thought, Nurse Jackie emerges. And she's all pleased with herself. And she literally stands back and she goes, yeah, I reckon I got it. And later, when I weed on a stick, it was confirmed I was indeed pregnant. First thing I do is I take a picture of me in the stick, send it to Shirley, because that's the way we roll. And then that thought returned. And the first thing I'm thinking, I'm pregnant, I go, shit, what the hell is Shirley going to do? Ah! Shirley, tell them what you did.
So guys, thank you for that, Shirley. I think it's good. It's good. You've laid out what your experience. And actually, I was in a very different situation because I just got married. My husband and I decided that we were not going to settle down and have kids straight away. We couldn't think of anything worse. And we were really enjoying being out on the piss 24/7. And so I remember the day, actually. I was out in Soho. It was a Friday afternoon. I was propped up at the bar, drinking cheap white wine, waiting for friends who will have jobs to finish work. And I get a text in from Shirley. And the text says, check out this photo. So wait for it to download. And finally, when it does download, because I was underground, it's a photo of Shirley on the bog holding a positive pregnancy test. And, my initial reaction was, how selfish. What about me? We are a double act. What am I going to do? So I'll tell you what I did that day. I met up with my friend Gay Mark. We went to another couple of bars. I drank a lot more cheap white wine. We then ended up in a club. I got into a fight with a drag queen about who was taller. I then got kicked out of the club. I checked my phone. It was about 7:15 p.m. And I called my husband, and he was in the pub as well. Do you remember the glory days when the pubs were open, guys? And I said to him, listen, I can't explain now, but I've just received the most terrible news, horror upon horrors. Listen, I can't explain now. But if you get back within the next half an hour, we can go bareback. And 15 minutes later, guys, I fell pregnant. So that's my story. I know it's a bit too much for 19 minutes past 7 on a Saturday evening, but that's my story. I just have to say,
People ask us and we tell them.
We tell them, and then they regret having ever asked us. But that's the truth.
But we never asked you. Asked you. But no, this is all about you getting to know us.
So then we had babies 13 days apart, didn't we, Shirley?
We did.
2018.
And they're going to start a little double act and call themselves Dave and Dave.
Dave. That's what we hope.
We hope.
Anyway, guys, it's on a different subject. We thought we might give you a few recommendations just to sort of clear the air. So we were thinking of 3 things we can recommend for newborns up to the age of 6 months. Shirley, why don't you kick us off there?
Yeah, these are things that I couldn't do without, and it won't be for everyone, but things I couldn't do without. So if you've got a baby between 0 and 6 months, the sleepyhead, a baby bouncer, a breast pump.
That's great. Shirley, I've got wet wipes in a bum bag. I just remember when my son was born, not only do you need sort of wet wipes for him, but I needed wet wipes for myself. You know, you're leaking in all your compartments, aren't you? And those sort of, what were the very heavy ones called? The water wipes. They were really good. So I had this bum bag that I stuck to myself that I constantly just had out. That, a sleepyhead, yes, and dry shampoo, because who's got time to wash their hair when they've just had a newborn? Not me, not I.
That's actually for you, stuff for you, not for your baby. But that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all about me. Yeah. Happy mum, happy baby.
I've actually got just really practical things here. 6 to 12 months, rainforest jumperoo. You just put them in the corner. As soon as they can put their heads up, unaided, put them in that, put some tunes on, they just bounce up and down like idiots all day. Fantastic. A little buggy to push, anything, any cheap old shit that they can push and learn to walk. And they really start getting into books at this age. I found that, you know. Books.
Great. Books. Padded mat. I got some cheap old mat from IKEA, which I still have and I still love. It's covered in spillages. We can't get enough. I use it as a yoga mat now. And then those muslins, these big muslins with sort of funky designs. They're black and white. They're called Etta Loves. I think they're called Etta Loves. Really, because they just stare. They go bus-eyed. They stare at as you're delirious and exhausted. So they were really good. And also Bonjela, because they start to teeth, don't they? So that was good. 12 to 18 months, Shirley. What have you got there?
12 to 18 months. Scooter or balance bike. They're ready. They're on the move. Get them one of those. TV, CBBS, introduce them.
Yeah, the earlier the better, really, with the screen time. I mean, I remember at the beginning you were like, there's absolutely no way me and my willing partner are going to let him watch TV because he's going to literally be homeschooled.
Not the age of 2. The World Health Organization says absolutely no
way. No way. And I'm going to breastfeed until he's 5. That goes out the window. So that's good. I'm glad that you've recommended that. And I'm saying books, cars, and cars. My son.
And one more thing for boots. As soon as they can walk, get them in wellies, and they just won't come out of them. They just stomp around. And it doesn't stop bloody raining. So brilliant, wellies.
Brilliant. There we are. And then 18 months or 2 years, which is where we are now, Shirley. What have you got there?
A potty. For potty training. A toy kitchen. He just doesn't stop. It just endless fun. And a place at nursery. It's time for him to go. Yeah,
I've got a puzzle scooter and spare change of clothes. I haven't quite got around to the potty yet, but soon. I'm not lazy, honest. Great. Guys, as we said at the top, Shelley and I, we are sketch comedians and we do characters. So we thought we might introduce some of those characters to all 7 of you. So there we are. So these are our Aussie midwives. They work in London and they're just really fun, and they have to sort of deal with like a lot of tweets that come in, don't they? How you going, Kelly? You all right?
I'm all right, Temmie. Yeah, I was just so hungover. I actually went into work today and had to put myself on a drip.
No way.
Yeah, I just keep, hosting parties for one at mine. I
know, it's exhausting, isn't it? You just get through so much.
I've just started board of my own company. I mean, I never thought that would happen, but I've had enough.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I have to say, after the 1% pay rise, I was like, fuck this, I'm taking the day off.
Back yourselves. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. That BJ's such a cock. So I just ended up just taking a sickie, and I ended up watching reruns of Love at First Sight in Australia. For those of you who've seen it, it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So we've got some tweets in, babes. What do you think?
We've got some tweets in, yeah. So I've got one here from a Juicy Boobs in Cardiff.
Right.
After a lot of careful thought, I've decided to go for a C-section. But am I missing out on the wonders of a vaginal birth? Temmie?
No. I mean, I have to say, we've seen both. At the end of the day, the great thing with a C is when you're going in, when you're coming out, and you can celebrate that sexy scar. I mean, the thing is, with a V, it's much better for the baby to get all that sort of fanny better on the face. Much better for their immune system. But for you, babe, stick to the sexy scar. What do you think?
I have to say, if by wonders of a vaginal birth, you're talking about, being on all fours with your knickers around your ankles, mooing like a cow, with your partner chasing after you with a poop scooper, then by all means, but it's not for everyone, okay?
No.
Yeah. Take the roof off, love.
Take the roof off. Now, I've got one here from Henna, herpes free since 2003. Well done, Henna. It's not easy shifting those little minds.
We've been there.
We've been there. We've done that. So well done. She says, hospital bag, what should I really pack? It's a good question, because I know on the NHS website, they say sort of, clothes for you, and they say various other things, liquids and all sorts. I would say snacks, sugary drinks with a straw. tinnies. I had, a couple of beers is absolutely fine when you've just given birth. You really do need it.
Yeah, you definitely need a drink. Anything that's high in sugar, high in salt, and just like, yeah, nappies for your baby, but more importantly, nappies for
you. Nappies for you. Okay, that's great. Have we got a third question there?
Yeah, I have got one. This is I can't believe that women still ask this, and yet they do. So Joe, not so exotic from Newcastle.
Right.
It's a girl, Joe. Due next week. Should I get a bikini wax? I mean,
listen, Joe, we've seen it all. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't realise the beauticians were open, but you're probably talking about a home one. We've seen it. 70s, Bushes, Hollywoods, Bollywoods. It doesn't really make a difference. It's the last thing in your mind. But whatever makes you feel better, babe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just say, leave it be, Lee. That's the least of your worries, babe. Everything but the boy's going to be coming out of you for JJ. So
exactly.
I really think about it. Yeah.
Some of them, we see snail trails all the way up from the tummy down. Belize rainforest kind of shit. It's absolutely fine, babes. Who cares? Who cares?
We've already judged you. Okay, the last thing we're looking at is your minge.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Okay, guys. I think that's enough from the Aussies today.
Oh yeah, they'll be back though. They'll be back. Get these very tight jackets off.
Shirley, would you say you were suffering sort of anxiety about the fact you'll be coming out of lockdown? Are you doing all right?
But no. I do have a bit of anxiety.
I thought you might. Yeah, I thought you might.
Because
which is fine.
Because my anxiety is that as soon as you know what we're like, give the British an inch, they'll take a mile. So it's all very well saying, okay, it won't. I think everyone's just going to dive in and do what the F they like. And I'll find that, I haven't stayed in keeping myself sweet for a year for then everyone to go crazy and make the situation way worse before we're ready, basically.
Okay, no, I thought this, because obviously I think you settled into lockdown quite early on and quite well. So I just thought have you got any recommendations in terms of places to go? Because I know you like to you and your wedding partner and your toddler like to go out at sort of 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Where do you normally go to avoid the crowds?
To avoid the COVID crowds. Listen, I know every patch of green in the southeast intimately.
Okay? Recommend some, Shells. Recommend some.
If I found myself without a home, I would know exactly what park benches to make my new home. Okay. I would say my top three parks in South London.
Yeah.
First one is Crystal Palace. If you don't know Crystal Palace, you've got to go. They've got life-size. It's actually the first place in the world to have life-size dinosaur statues dotted all around a beautiful lake, and they've been there for over 100 years. And they've got a great cafe, and they've got the playground, and it's brilliant. Free parking, what's not to like. Second one is the Horniman.
Right.
Museum. So it's actually a museum, but there is a big, massive park area. It's the zoo's closed.
Is it open at the moment, the park area?
The museum's closed at the moment, but the parks are open. The lovely gardens are open. They have alpacas, a blonde one and a black one that we go and see, and a cafe and outdoor instruments. And when they are open, very nice, they can play on that. And when they are open, you've got a butterfly house, an aquarium, a proper little zoo. Actually, there's very little not to like. They've got farmers market as well, a cafe, and very clean loos.
Lovely. So that's the Horniman, the Crystal Palace, and what's the other one?
Beckenham Place Park.
Right, never been there.
Probably South London's best kept secret. It's only recently reopened, so it's like this big Georgian mansion set in acres of woodland, and there's a massive lake that people do wild swimming in. Big up sand pit for your kids and a sort of adventure playground area. And you literally think you're out in the country, just acres and acres of woodland. Really great cafe that I never go to because the queues are so long. COVID queues. And parking, great.
Great. Those are very good pieces, very lovely. They're nice places to go, guys. If you are in South London or Southeast London, they're fantastic.
Can I just interject and say that we've had an anonymous donation of £100? Loving Shirley and Shirley on your SuperPod evening. We'll definitely check out their MotherFunk podcast. And what a great cause. Well done, everyone. Now, I would say that was my willing partner. But
I had my suspicions.
No, but she doesn't use exclamation marks in her praise.
No, listen.
So thank you, whoever that is. That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here, and it's lovely that you're tuning in. Sorry for the H2O. I am drink last night.
Shelley, have you got any recommendations? I know you like.
I do, but mine aren't necessarily that interesting to mention in terms of. I'm in Southwest London, but I wanted to recommend things that I do with my toddler, indoors. We make popcorn. We just do. It can take a long time. He enjoys it. We both end up, snacking for hours. It's really nice, apart from they get between the tooks. Don't worry about that. We also, and again, at the moment it is quite cold, but if we wrap up, we then go and sit in the car for hours. So we sit in the car, he sits on my lap, he gets to play with the steering wheel. Occasionally I'll let him beep the horn. We turn the lights on and off. He could do that for about 4 hours. I normally average about 20 minutes, but he really enjoys that. And then just reruns of Grace's Amazing Machines and Hey Dougie. For those of you who don't know, and I know you probably don't care, but just very quickly, Grace's Amazing Machines, each episode, Grace reveals 3 of her favourite vehicles. The music is by The Darkness. It's sort of, they're 12 minutes. She's fun. And Hey Dougie are just 7 minutes and great. And I literally probably let him watch probably 45 minutes more than I should, but he's happy and I get to make dinner. That's what I do in the house.
Well done, you.
I know, but we were talking recently, Shirley, about that article that was in last Sunday's article, weren't we? What did it say about
screen time? It said, guys, just relax about screen time. Everyone gets in the right alters about screen time. I know I do, because mine isn't very good. Mine is absolutely amazing when he's in front of the screen, and an absolute beast when you take him away from the screen.
That's the problem, taking him away.
What I have to deal with when I take him away from the screen, I'm just going, it's not fucking worth it. So no more screen time. And then he's fine. If you just take it away for a couple of days, he forgets it exists. However, Guardian said, listen, chill out. Chill out. It's a pandemic. It will be over and you can control their screen time. But what you can do is control the quality of what they watch. So then they did a whole list. Guys, if you've got kids and you want an idea, they take it through to sort of like 12 or 15 years old from birth and just give you sort of 5 shows to watch in each age bracket. And ours, you'll be very pleased to know, Hey Dougie's in there.
That's good. That is good.
Jojo and Gran Gran. Is it Jojo and Gran Gran or Gran Gran and Jojo? No, Jojo and Gran Gran.
Jojo and Gran Gran, yeah.
Which is CBeebies, which he's so into now, and it's really educational. And it's the first, I think it's the first ever sort of children's show that had black family as the central characters. And he's loving it, so that's great. And there's another one by the Helpsters by the makers of Sesame Street puppet show, What's Not to Like. And yeah, Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo's great. It follows the adventures of an autistic boy, 5-year-old, and his imaginary animal friends. And my son only likes the same 2 episodes, but that's great. He really, really enjoys it. So listen, there are things out there, and we mustn't feel guilty. We mustn't.
No, whatever you do, don't feel guilty.
Don't. It's all right. It's absolutely all right. I've got some facts.
Have you got some facts for me?
Well, I was reading. Obviously, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because there's so much that's gone on this week that it's difficult. So I just thought I'll look for some fun facts. One in the Mirror: a woman was left shocked when she discovered her boyfriend had been unfaithful through a Ring doorbell recording. So she was really shocked, but also found it hilarious. So she posted it on TikTok.
So I don't understand. She caught her husband cheating on her.
Yeah, but because of one of those Nest, those Nest cameras. Yeah. So she was looking at that and found that it's horrible. I mean, it's very sad, but that's what's happened. Yeah, so there we are.
Are they still together?
No, very much not. He's long gone. But she got 27,000 likes.
Like if she just thought it was so hilarious and just posted it on her.
No. Sorry. What she wasn't. She was obviously very hurt about it. But she told him by posting. She posted it to him. So she recorded it and then posted it to his phone. And said, "Don't bother coming to, that's it. That's the end."
It wasn't me on the sofa. It
left his luggage by the door. So there we are. That's one. And the other one was just, I actually think this is all right. But a couple recently announced the birth of their baby daughter in the Times with a 22-word classified notice. Her name is Triptych Alabama Bliss, sisters to Hieronymus and Dionysus, Cosmo Chaos.
Oh, stop it.
But the thing is, who cares? I think it's fine. But they also did it as a sort of way. They love the fact that everyone's giving them so much grief about it. But I just think, listen, they're fun names. Why not? Triptych it's a strong name. Alabama's strong. Bliss is fun.
We've both got grief for our sons' names, but people get used to things very quickly, especially when it starts getting in the zeitgeist and getting quite fashionable. They go, "Oh, it's very nice." Whereas, initially.
But can you imagine Triptych over here? That's it. Kick the ball, Triptych. That's like keep Triptych. It's just silly. But you know what? They are the 2 things that I found. I found those things. you know what I mean?
You know, just I mean, it's a bit of old news now, but they sold the first tweet ever for $2 million. The first tweet,
Stop.
the owner guy, what's his name?
The owner guy sold first tweet, $20 million.
Jack Dorsey. Yeah, he said, just setting up my Twitter. Didn't even spell Twitter, you know, just sort of short, abbreviated it. $2 million. And you don't really even own it because it's sort of like cryptocurrency. It's just in the cloud.
Gosh.
So you can, so it's a bit shit really. But that's the way it's all moving.
Listen, I know, Shirley, you keep telling me I'm like an old woman when it comes to social media. I really am like an old woman, and it's sad, but it's true. And I do try and be a bit better. But listen, I'm on a Zoom now, or whatever this is called.
I know what even is this?
What is this? It's a restream. It's a restream.
Guys, can I just say, I'm really amazed. Okay, we've had an in from Clark Melodies. It's great to have a podcast from your perspectives. There are not enough women podcasters, and there's certainly.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Really enjoyed the discussion. What the one about Alpha JJs? Thank you, Clark Melodies. And also, Gorney 70, John and Jackie have donated £100. Al's mother-in-law and husband. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, guys. It's so lovely. We love a comment. We love a comment box. So keep them coming, guys.
Gosh,
any comments?
Are these fake people?
No, they're real people. Listen, comments or even complaints, we love it. Any sort of feedback. It's so odd, I have to say. Shirley and I have done a couple of corporate gigs recently on Zoom where we literally have just had, it's like being a television. We just literally just have to go and we don't see anyone, we don't hear anyone. So this is really lovely. It's lovely to have your thoughts.
Keep these thoughts coming, they're lovely. Actually, I think actually I'm real and I'm not. I'm on at 11 p.m. here. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's fantastic. Real.
I think.
Go on.
Sorry, love. I just think I might just go into character now because I'm in a good mood with all these donations.
Oh, go on then, Shirley.
I'm in a really good mood now because that's what we're doing it for. We're doing it for charity, aren't we? We're doing it for comic relief. And I might not have a red nose. I might not have a red nose, but what I do have is this. It's a sort of like red jingly jangly thing that I wrap around my waist. I hope no one's tuned in. Hope no one's tuned into Bear Radio listening to this because you're missing out on some stunning visuals, that's for sure. All right, guys, you're probably wondering who I am. My name is, oh gosh, I just can't get this, can't get it right. My name is Penny. Hello, my name is Penny, and I teach a basic introduction to Arabic dance. Yes, and I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, but you look nothing like an Arab. You've got fair hair. You're all tits and teeth. Well, let me tell you, I am an Arab. So there, okay? And I love all things Arabesque, especially the language. I think it's so beautiful. حط الدجاج محشي بالفرن ساعة ونص. What I just said there was, put the stuffed chicken in the oven for an hour or an hour and a half. Right, so anyway, I actually do have an Arabesque girl in my class called Hiba from Jordania. Hiba, say hello.
You're right. My name's Hannah. I'm actually from Lewisham. Thanks.
All right, Hannah. Where's your sense of fun? It's comic relief.
Right, whatever.
Okay, anyway. Okay, we've come here to dance. Now, I know everyone has been sat on their backs, cracks and sacks for the last year, haven't they? Well, I'm sorry, but it's time to limber up and get gender fluid. Okay, for those of you who want to take part, take part. For those of you who want to sit back on your cracks, sit back on your cracks. Okay, now. Arabic dance is actually made up of 3 basic moves, and we're going to walk through those right now, okay? The first move is called the Syrian headache. Oh, there it is. Oh, I've got such a headache. I hope I haven't got COVID. Okay, there's the Syrian headache. The second move is called the Cairo car wash. There we are. There's the Cairo car wash. Oh, gosh, I used to love doing this when I had knockers, before I gave birth. Just have a lovely long brown cleavage. Just go knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It's only me, Penny. And actually, when I was in my 20s, which is only a few years ago now, and when I was in Egypt, I used to call that the Sharm el-Sheikh. Yeah, there we are. Okay, third and final move is called the Tel Aviv tantrum. Okay? How dare you? How very dare you? Netanyahu. How very dare you, Netanyahu? Don't worry, I'm not political, I'm just Penny. But there we are, that's Tel Aviv tension. Right now, what happens when we put all those 3 moves together? I think we should probably let Tariq put this one on because I haven't told him not to. Hibba, can you put some music on, please? Enough Arabic music makes me feel so fertile. Go on, ask me out, someone. Ask me out. Come on, guys. There's steps now. What do we learn? The first one, Serena, right? That's right. Second one, the Cairo car wash. Sharm el Sheikh. And the third one, Tel Aviv tantrum. Okay. What happens when we put those three moves together? Okay, that's enough. Cut the music. Yeah, cut. Thank you, Thank you, Hibba. Cut the music. Yeah, thanks, and thank you very much. Sorry about that. I need to rush off now and go and henna my elbows. Yeah. Don't know what happened there. I think I'm a bit out of practice. Anyway, never mind.
Oh, lovely to have Penny back in the house. We love to have Penny back in the house. I have to say.
Love the Penny.
I love Penny. Guys, hasn't it been an atrocious week for the Royals? It really has. It's been an absolute pig of a week for the Royals. And I know everyone's got their own opinion, and that's fine. But I did want to just quickly focus on Meghan Markle in that I think that we do have quite a few similarities. First of all, Meghan and I. No, but it's true, Shirley. We just really, first of all, Meghan and I, we have the same, we are born in the same year. We're both born in the same year. We're both turning 40 imminently. I know. You never would have thought, but I'm just saying. Secondly, we are both mixed race. Now, I will just quickly go over. My mother is from Dutch Guyana. My father, she's Dutch Guyanese, and she's also Chinese. My father is very much British, as Shirley said, Croydon. And we also, I think, married out of our social ranking. I'm just saying, we did. I love Meghan. I'm a huge fan, but I'm just saying. But the most poignant similarity is the fact that we are both now pregnant. So we are both expecting this summer.
Shirley,
Meghan, sorry?
You've just outed yourself. Go on, show us your bump.
I think Meghan and I should become really, really good friends.
Wow, side profile. Look at that.
I know. It's only the last couple of weeks. Yeah, guys, you're the first to know. I haven't told anyone. Apart from my my social circle.
Just the 9 of you guys. This is big news.
And I know you think, who cares? Absolutely, who cares? But what else are we going to do in a pandemic? And listen, as I said, I'm shy of 40. I've got to get on. Do you know what I mean?
You just look at your willing, non-willing, and do you know what I mean? Those little fake panties on. You just look at him, and that's it.
That's it. Oh, thank you so much, SuperPod UK. Thank you so much. But listen, it's funny because I was asked last week. I got Shirley and I, we go up for castings a lot. And I got a casting in for a French ad commercial. And actually, I'm trying to think of what I've got. Oh yes, it just says our hero character is the ultimate French modern mum, very chic, excellent wife, excellent with the kids, and also has her own career, elegant and sexy. And I put myself on camera, and I could not have looked more like a hippo. My skin, as I say, my rosacea's flared up. And I thought there's more chance of me becoming Prime Minister than there is of me getting a recall. And they've recalled me for Monday. So I'm thrilled to the marrow. I'm absolutely thrilled to the marrow.
That's a nice little gig, won't it, Charles?
That'd be a nice little gig.
Is it good money?
Oh, it's not bad money. It's not bad money. It's a day and a half filming somewhere in Kent.
Nice.
I know, it's nice.
They're never in the UK. Although I think it's changing with all the to quarantine either side.
So you have to quarantine. No, but listen, I don't think I'm going to get any further, but it's just nice to be asked back. But Shirley here, I think you've got quite a few similarities with old What's Her Chops from Friends.
Who?
What's her name? Which one? No, Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, go on. You might as well tell them your similarities.
Well, I should put my hair not in this way. Ras! No. Look, I'll tell you something. We have done impersonations. I have done Jennifer impersonations in the past, and we actually more recently have lots of spooky things in common. Actually, okay, I banged on earlier about, Shirley says of me, I will ingest anything that promises me eternal youth. Thank
That was
you.
a good racial impression. I think you should do it again, Shirley, because it got a bit lost. So why don't you do it again?
Clock melodies. I don't know what to say. I'm blushing here. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Shall I sing them the song I did that time?
Why don't you sing the song? I love this.
Can you do any of the characters from Mad Fab? This is not a jukebox, babe. It's not a jukebox. But yeah.
I'm trying to think what characters.
Oh, you know, Patsy.
Everyone loves Patsy.
I'm still on Jennifer. Yeah, we did that sketch. We did this sketch when she was breaking up with Brad, and Brad had gone off with Angelina Jolie. This is it. And I got my guitar out, and I'm really bad on the guitar. I wish I had my guitar now, but then I'd have to tune it and everything, so I can't do it. So imagine I've got the guitar, and I'm actually playing the right notes. And then I start singing. So she's being interviewed, you know, how do you feel and everything. She goes, well, I put it into a song, so here we go. My eyes are not as green as yours. She's talking to Angelina Jolie. My eyes are not as green as yours. My lips weigh 10 pounds less than yours. My boobs and ass don't come from Harley Street. You have children, I have none. In fact, you got one from every continent. Why do you have to be a greedy bitch? Jolie, 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 Jolie. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. That's it.
Oh, I love that one. I did. I loved. I do remember what happened. And they were going out. What deal? Did she steal Brad off Jennifer? Was that the deal? I remember that. Was that it? Is that it?
Yeah. Well, yes. She stole. Yeah. He went off. I mean, you know, he did have a say in it. He didn't get taken away without permission.
No.
He very much went willingly. But another thing, because it all links up, and this wasn't actually premeditated, but I do ingest anything that promises me eternal youth. And you know, it's actually a fact that we've all aged about 5 times faster during lockdown. I think
don't bring people down, Shirley. There's enough going on.
It's a lack of vitamin D. It's the stress. It's the worry. It's a weird way to be living just in the house like this. Yeah, we go for walks, but hey, we haven't been on summer holidays, have we? Now I take this.
Oh gosh, here we go.
It's collagen peptides. I talk about it all the time on the podcast.
How do you take it? Do you snort it?
No, you can snort it, but I prefer to take 2 capsules in my smoothie, which my winning partner makes for me, along with a half an avocado, handful of spinach, coconut water, and some matcha, green matcha, which is a natural sort of energy. Anyway, Jennifer Aniston is the vice president of this company.
Of course she is.
Common. Another thing that I do, that not only Jennifer Aniston does, but Victoria Beckham, is this. This is apple cider vinegar, and it's this brand. And
how are you meant to take that stuff?
You can take it, dilute it with some warm water and take it in the morning. You can put it on your
whole backing up.
Like it also removes warts, both genital and so actually makes me
are you suffering at the moment, babes?
No, not personally.
Okay.
No action down there, love. No action down there. One more thing I want to show you.
Yeah.
These are my regimes, my routines. You're probably wondering how. I'm telling you how. These are my secrets. I talk about this on the podcast, but you can't see
it up.
It's my genie. It's my like genie hat. So it's a silk cap.
I mean, guys. Clark Melodies. If that's not ab fab, I don't know what is. That's very funny.
Well, because Eddie would wear this. Eddie would wear this. It's a silk cap.
Eddie.
Like that, and you wear it because my hair was falling out. See, don't I look like I've gone to see Jeannie?
No, I think you look all right.
Go to bed and that stays on all night.
Oh yeah, see, Clark Melodies agrees.
Keeps your silky locks, or you can get a silk pillow, but then that ruins the whole bedspread, doesn't it?
Yeah, or you can just get a weave.
You can just get a weave,
like get a nice weave, a clip-on,
like Meghan Merkel, according to you.
Shirley and I have had this disagreement. I think Meghan Merkel actually wore a Ukrainian pony's hair the other day. I thought she looked absolutely stunning. Don't get me wrong, but I did think she was wearing a Ukrainian pony's hair.
I think she's got real hair.
It doesn't matter to me. I think whatever. All I'm saying is, maybe, listen, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. So I'm really pleased about that, Shirley. I'm really pleased. Shirley and I actually, should we talk about our castings just very quickly? We do go up for castings, and sometimes we go up for the same casting. Shirley, why don't you tell them about your big Hollywood casting that you had recently?
Oh, guys, no, it's so sad. I mean, listen, because I'm half Middle Eastern, so I get called up for a lot of, can you play a Persian, birthday cake? Or do you mind doing a Turkish surprise? And, just really odd random things. And this one was to play a perfume girl in an Abu Dhabi airport. And I remember the casting, and she says, okay, so you're a perfume girl in Abu Dhabi airport, and just sort of, just like, just do the accent if you can. I said, oh, I can. Do you want to go strong? Do you want to go light? She goes somewhere in the middle. I go, okay. She goes with a bit of an American twist. I go, of course, international. It's my best. It's my favorite. And so I was there going, hello, and you're talking to a guy and you're just showing him the range. It's the latest range. I go, okay, yeah, sure, I've got that. She said, okay, hello, sir. Can I help you? Can I interest you in any of the, latest range? Anyway, all this stuff. And she goes, now, all of a sudden, this guy gets jumped on by 10 CIA agents, okay? And people get shot everywhere. So there's blood everywhere. So I want your reaction, okay? So you've gone from, this is the latest range to, shock horror. Anyway, I did that several times. And apparently my reaction was too big. It was just like they go, okay, it's 1 or 2. Okay, it's not that big. So you're not that scared. And I go, okay. She goes, maybe check in with your colleagues. Anyway, not only do I get a recall, but they actually said, basically, you've got the gig. Get your passport ready. You're going to Dubai, 14 days in a hotel. You are going to be acting alongside the guy who gets jumped by CIA agents is Tom Cruise. It's mission.
Thank you. There we are. There we go, Shirley.
And basically, it's between you and another girl. So down to the last 2. Tom Cruise will make his decision this weekend. Cancel everything. I had a Skittles ad in the bag that I cancelled. I had something else. I had a walk in Crystal Palace with someone. Cancelled that. Obviously, Tom Cruise didn't pick me, did he? And of course, my winning partner said, it's because he can't handle how much he fancies you. That's why. I said, I'm so sorry, my darling love. But you sound exactly like the sort of thing my mother would say. They are jealous of you. I said, darling, he's a gay man now anyway. And I think it's because of that. She goes, no, he can't handle himself.
Did you have your Samsonite packed by the front door?
Turkish delight. I know, Clark Melodies. Anyway, yeah, that's the time I almost got to be in a scene with Tom Cruise. So annoying. So close.
So close yet so far. There we are. We don't have much time, guys. We don't have much time. So just very quickly, I want to and it sort of links in with the French casting that I recently went for. Okay. Alors. Hello. Okay. So my name is Fifi Lafon. I've come here to teach the new mothers how to regain their sex appeal and get themselves back into shape after having babies, okay? But en général, people fall into 2 different categories, fuckable and non-fuckable. The British, bah oui, okay? So if you want to be more French and need to learn how to spring back into shape after childbirth, you need to stick to a very strict regime, okay? Alors, double espresso 4 times a day. Food, don't touch it. And if you find yourself fainting after the first couple of days, you take a cup of boiling water, a teaspoon of bouillon, oxo cube. You stir and you sip, mais slowly. Hein. Cigarette 40 days, pas de Marlboro Light, pas de Silcat, mais gitan, minimum 40. Okay? Now, sex is very important. Okay, in France, it's easier. Your husband is having an affair, you are taking lovers, opportunity are plenty. In the UK, you drink. Hein? I've seen you on BBC News, been drinking Britain. C'est un problème. C'est vraiment un problème. You take drinking and sex to another level in the UK. Huh? You have one, you take another one more for the road. Finally, you go home, he enters you, tac, finish. You wake up with your head in a kebab. Bah non. You need to move, huh? You need to move, especially after you just had your first baby. You need to engage your pelvic muscles. You need to, it's preferable if you get on top, you spread eagle, it's fine. Personally, I did the wheelbarrow, we both benefit. Now, you will find after a week, eventually, you will lose a desire to eat, drink, have sex, engage in conversation. In fact, completely lost the personality. But you look good, huh? Side effects, vomiting, insomnia, gum disease, discharge. Basically the same symptoms as pregnancy. C'est pas grave, c'est normal. Okay, so what you need to do, you can start this regime 6 weeks straight away after newborn for 6 weeks, okay? And don't worry about your baby. You can give it to a nanou, comment tu dis en anglais, nanny. And you will find all the details on my website, www.fifelafolle.fr. Okay, so for all of you out there who want a regime, post-baby, tac, 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 tac. Okay? Merci.
Oh, thanks, Fee. Sound advice as ever.
I've spent a lot of time in France, is all I'm saying. The French women are very unforgiving. That's all I'm saying.
We love them for it.
And we love them for it. We really,
for
really
it.
do. Really, really do.
Right, we need to start wrapping up. So I want to.
It's gone really quickly this hour, isn't it?
It does.
I hope it hasn't dragged for you guys, but it's been fun for us.
No point you just clocking on now. We've got 11 viewers. What's your dead duck?
My dead duck for the week. Oh, it's got to be the fact that my son has started telling me that I've got skin like a tortoise and my red cheeks are flaring up again. I mean, you know, he's only just learned to talk and then he's just cussing me. So that's a dead duck. What's your dead duck?
Oh, I have to say, listen, I know we don't get dark on our podcast. We don't get political. But just the news at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's sad. It's awful.
Yeah, my heart goes out to Sarah Everyone's family and friends. Which
is nice, actually, to be able to do this evening, just to take your mind off things, actually. No, fair enough. And winner? Arts and crafts. I have excelled at arts and crafts this week and last because it's been International Book Week, International Women's Week. My son has gone in as the Tiger Who Came to Tea. Oh, yeah.
Burglar Bill, Elizabeth I, and Emmeline Pankhurst.
Yeah.
And thank you very much. Face painting, sashes.
A lot of work, that, Shirley. That Montessori demanding a lot of work. I'm so glad we didn't have to get asked to do anything. Same old clothes. Same old mufti every day for me. My winner has to... Oh, I sent him to Playball this morning. Playball, which is, you know, they start at 2 and it's like a sort of football class. They do various things for 45 minutes with a teacher who was there supervising. And it was just really lovely. He actually got involved. I didn't think he would. So that was good. Playball, for those of you with kids between the ages of 2 and 11, it's actually a brilliant thing. It's reasonably priced and it's a good thing. Thank you so much. Well, thank you.
Thanks for taking part. I think that's thank you to you've been great. Now, Bob, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you very much for having us.
We do our podcast every week, and it's wherever you get your podcasts.
MotherFunk podcast. We would love to have you on.
Some cracking guests coming up.
We have got some cracking guests, and please, we'd love to. Yes,
the rest of the podathon.
Yes, well done. Thank you so much, and thank you for your donations.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Bye.
You've been listening to MotherFunk with Shirley and Shirley, otherwise known as Joanna Carolan and Pascal Wilson, produced by Mabel Productions. Tune in and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.